I hate this wheel. Kind of like a lot of people do. I have seen people actually get the car from this. I've hit clothing, I've hit other things. I have yet to hit the car. I did once hit the mystery thing. Where is it on that wheel? Oh no, there it is. I hit it once and it gave me a golden minigun. Being level 116, I don't have the minigun yet, so what it did was crash the game, so I couldn't accept or use or anything else the golden minigun. Rather than it just leaving it locked, but you still have it, it just crashes the game if you're not high enough level for what it is trying to give you, which is just complete and utter bull. If we walk up to this, press E, press return. In theory, because the wheel is in the same place it is normally, this is all just down to complete and utter chance. You can do this once a day. Excuse me, but why did you just kick me out of that? Yes, press that to spin. It seems to be completely random. There isn't much upon it. Son of it. And clothing. Clothing. It gave me clothing again. This is... It just teases you. It's literally just done a full rotation and stopped exactly where it started. Near enough anyway. Just missing the vehicle. I've seen people get the vehicle, I've seen people hitting the mystery thing, and it is just annoying because this has been out for weeks now and I have still yet to get anything apart from poker chips, money. Yeah, that's usually about it. This thing is just... There is 4 different clothings on here. Why can't it just be one and actually make this useful? I mean, let's be honest. For the vehicle that is here this week, or at least the week upon recording, because it changes from week to week, that I don't want anyway. Because if we go into my many garages of complete and utter junk, oh look, there's one. There's the car from Christmas, and there's this thing. Now this was not meant to be complaining about this system. I kind of like it. They are giving things away, and you have to remember it is free anyway. Most of the online stuff has been free unless you buy shark cards. But I could complain about this monstrosity. I mean, in theory that is a RB inside of a Supra. If I pull this into the actual sun, that's definitely an RB inside of a Supra that should have a 2J inside of it. There are so many people that just... There's a reason that this just sits in the garage and never gets used. That's wrong on so many levels. Lo and behold, the next day after recording this and making the point of I'm not doing this to show that I want this car or anything else because I have this car, what happens? I win the bloody Jester, didn't I? Okay, I got what I wanted. I won a car. Not the car I would like to win, but I went ahead and won. I mean, I already have one. I literally just made a whole big deal about the fact that I have this car. I've modified this car and then realised it has a RB in it instead of a 2J, so put it in a garage next to the car the RB should be in and left it there. Well, I guess now I have another one. Now I have a black one. And I want to answer another question while I'm on. First off, how badly can I crash this thing? I could have sworn I was going into the garden there, but how much, if you sell a prize car, will you get? Because in theory, it's free. I'm going to guess that they've made it so you get nothing for this. I would guess that. I would be wrong, but let's make our way over there and have a look. This actually drives better than this modified one I've got. Even though it's bouncing all over the place, it's still much better controllable. Yeah, I take it back. It's not controllable at all. So how much? It would make sense for them to lock it so you cannot make any money from it. You can't sell it. You can just repair it, sell. Yeah, as I thought. I can sell it, but it is worthless. So there's only one thing that is possibly left to do with this thing. And you probably guessed it correctly. The only thing left to do would be to park this one in here, leaving it as it is. I was tempted on modifying it, but it's worthless, so there really isn't any point, because if you modify it and then go to sell it, you're going to pretty much lose everything. So I may as well get rid of this one, which, well, I'm guessing by the fact that they're sitting there by this car, you can probably guess what we were using it for, but it has served its purpose, and this 10-second car will probably last the next 10 seconds. I really also should have been recording the journey here, because I had this thing on 2 wheels. So, oh wow. It's a $790,000 car, and I'm getting almost all of that back. I don't need 2 of them, so I paid 800 grand for it. Let's get 650 of that back, minus the cost of modifying it. I'm going to leave the other one exactly as it was, or is. But hey, free is free, and in theory, I got a free car and got 700 grand back. Well, nearly 700 grand back. Then I only go and do it again and win that GT Sport thing. Didn't expect to win it a second week in a row. I think I've got it down to, if you hold down S for about 2 seconds, just count 1, 2 and then let go. I've won the car. Both times I've tried that technique, I thought it was 3, I missed every time, went back to 2, boom, another car. This time, it was a $1.3 million car, so we'll probably keep this one. But to settle the question of whether it was just the last one that you can't sell for money, which, again, I understand it, because you get the car for nothing, it makes sense to sell it for nothing, but at the same time, not everybody is going to want these cars and would rather have the money, because obviously if we do something like lower the suspension, give it the race transmission, throw a turbo on there, upgrade the armour, really shouldn't be doing this. Spent over 100,000 on the car, so if you go to sell it, it's worth about what you put into it. Okay, yes, not so bad. I can kind of get away with that now, because it adds a value because you spent money on it. So the money you spend on it, you can actually get back. Really glad that's the thing. It's not exactly what I spent on it, considering I had 600 and something thousand, ignoring the 2 million. It's now 500 and something, and yeah. I'm not sure exactly what it was before, but that is not the same amount I spent on it. But you're not losing everything by modifying it, which is one thing I know some people would be afraid of, because you just end up with something that is taking up space that is completely and utterly worthless. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.